Now the topic before us is your roadmap to understanding direct and indirect exchange rates. Foreign exchange rate can be quoted in two main ways: direct quote and indirect quote. To understand direct quote and indirect quote, we take an example. We are from India, and here the currency is, or the legal tender for domestic currency is, Indian rupee. We want to visit some other country, say USA, and the currency of USA is US dollar, which is a foreign currency for an Indian. So in the case of direct quote of foreign exchange rate, direct quote comes as domestic currency over foreign currency. Domestic currency divided by foreign currency. When we are giving the direct quote, it means that how much of domestic currency is needed to purchase, how much of domestic currency is required to purchase 1 unit of foreign currency. If we take the example of Indian rupee and US dollar, what is the exchange rate, direct exchange quote? It is 82.83 INR, and here comes 1 USD. This is the direct quote. Here we are using INR over USD. Value of INR is 82.83. Here we will get, to get 1 US dollars, we will be paying 82.83. That is, we will be required to pay 82.83 Indian rupee to get 1 unit of other currency. Here we are talking about other currency, which is US dollar. So we will be paying 82.83 Indian rupee to get 1 US dollars. Next is indirect quote. In case of indirect quote is by way of foreign currency over domestic currency. Here we are basically asking how much foreign currency can we buy, how much of foreign currency can we buy with 1 unit of domestic currency. Now here we are talking about Indian rupee and US dollar. We are from India, so here what will be US indirect quote will be US dollar over Indian rupee, USD oblique INR. So what is US dollar is, here the what is the value? 1 US dollar is equal to 82.83. So here USD over INR, what will happen? It is 0.012. So with we can buy 0.012. We can purchase or buy 0.012 of US dollars with 1 unit of Indian currency or 1 Indian rupee. This is the indirect quote. In the forex market, foreign exchange market, when we are quoting exchange rates, we normally use direct quote. That is, we will have to pay this much of domestic currency to purchase 1 unit of foreign currency or 1 unit of another currency. We normally use direct quote. So why we use direct quote? Because it is easy for a person to understand. Suppose we want to purchase Canadian dollar. So we will say that we will have to pay 61.04 Indian rupee. We will have to pay 61.04 Indian rupee to purchase 1 Canadian dollar. So it is a direct quote. Normally, we we people use direct quote of foreign exchange rate. Now the topic before us is a closer look at sources of foreign exchange supply. First is exports. When we do exports, suppose we are from India and we export to Japan. Exports. As already told that in the case of exports, mostly the will of the exporting country or the will of the exporting businessman prevails. If the exporting country or the exporter says that I will receive the payment in your currency, that is in the case of the importing currency, I will receive the your currency in return for goods which I have sent to you, then it results into the inflow of foreign exchange. That is, when exports take place, there may be inflow of foreign exchange. Though in case of certain exports, some countries may insist that the payment may be made in their domestic currency. Then when the tourists visit our country from abroad, it results into the supply of foreign exchange because they will generally spend their foreign currency for food, local expenses, buying other goods and services. When the foreigners make investment in our country to purchase buildings, industries, or some other land, then foreign currency or foreign exchange comes into our country. This is the source of supply of foreign exchange. When we get loans from the rest of the world, that is from other foreign governments or foreign banks, we may get loans. The foreign currency or foreign exchange comes into our country. There is supply of foreign exchange. Then there are persons who are from our country but working abroad. Their families are living back in the home country. So the workers of our country who are working abroad, they may be sending money to their families in the home country. So this results to the inflow of foreign exchange or supply of foreign exchange. Sometimes we receive grants and donations from abroad. It may be unilateral transfers or some sort of grants for investment purpose, some specific purpose. Some donations may be received by our country from the rest of the world. It results also into the supply of foreign exchange. It is quite possible that some of our business houses may be having certain properties abroad. when they sell their properties or businesses abroad, they will receive foreign currency. So when there is asset sale in foreign country by the domestic entities, it may result into the supply of foreign exchange. Now we will form the supply curve of foreign exchange. This is the supply curve of foreign exchange. Forex rate in relation to domestic currency. This is the quantity of foreign exchange supplied. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. If the price of a foreign currency is, we are here, will take the example of say Indian rupee and US dollar. At present, suppose the price of 1 US dollar is 83 Indian rupee. So if at present the forex rate or the price of foreign currency in relation to Indian currency is 83, suppose the quantity of foreign exchange supplied is 1000. If the price increases or the forex rate increases to 85, it may also increase to say 1300. The quantity of foreign exchange supplied, it also increases. There is a direct relationship. As the price or of foreign exchange or the forex rate increases, supply increases. Though we have formed it in the form of a straight line, it is for simply to make the concept simpler. That is, you understand the direct relationship between supply and forex rate. This is the simple understanding. But in actual reality, the form of supply curve may be something like this. It may not be a straight line. It may be in the form of this one. Why this one? This is at this price. This may be 1000, and when the price increases, it may be this one. This is 83 and this is 84, and it may be this one. Why this is in the form of a curve, supply curve is this one? Because when the price of forex currency increases, exporter will receive more. For example, if there is a businessman who is supplying goods to USA for say rupees 1000 US dollar, if the price of the forex rate increases, for the same goods supplied, he will receive 84,000 rupees for the same goods. Goods supplied worth rupees US dollar 1000, he will be receiving more money in the form of foreign currency. So he will feel incentivized. So he will export more goods so that he can give more money in the form of currency, domestic currency. As the price of foreign exchange is increasing, price of US dollar is increasing, but there is a limit to which the business production capacity can be increased by the business, or there is a limit to which the goods can be produced. So slowly and slowly the increase in production or the level of the goods which can be exported comes to decrease. It may not increase after a certain point, or there may be decrease in the quantity which can be increased with the increase in price of foreign exchange. So this is the reason that though we take the normally take the supply curve as a straight line, this one straight line, normally it is in the form of a curve. It is important to note that supply curve as well as the demand curve, shape of supply curve as well as demand curve of foreign exchange, shape of both curves depends on the various factors such as government intervention, trade agreements between two countries, and speculative trading in the international forex market. Now the topic before us is impact of increase in foreign exchange demand on exchange rate. As an individual, on an individual level, we may say that we are from middle class family, we do not have any passport, none of our relatives lives abroad, we do not require foreign exchange, we do not have enough money to make investment abroad, we are living from hand to mouth, so we do not require foreign exchange, we do not require foreign currency. We are in from India, we do not require Canadian dollar, euro, or US dollar. We are not to make any unilateral transfer. But here, when we are understanding the concept of foreign exchange demand, we are studying it from the national level or from the perspective of international level. We, as a nation, are doing trade with the rest of the world. We are doing import, export. We are giving loans to the other countries. We are also taking loans from other countries. We are making investments as a nation, as a businessman in other countries. We are also getting investment from other countries. We are sending unilateral transfers abroad. We are also receiving unilateral transfers from abroad. So when we are studying the concept of foreign exchange demand, we may state that we require foreign exchange for many purposes, such as for import. If we import something, if we do import from say USA, we are in India, then we will have to make payment to USA in US dollars. As already told, when we do import from other countries, we have to make payment as per the will of the exporting country or as per the will of the exporting nation, exporting businessman. So in most of the cases, the exporter may ask for the payment in US dollar or the his own domestic currency from where the goods or services are being supplied to us. So when we are importing, we will have to make the payment in foreign currency. So the demand for foreign currency arises. We may also, it may also happen that say Canada is very investment attractive country because say the investment policies of the government are very good. So the people from the rest of the world will like to make investments there. So the demand of foreign currency of Canada, that is Canadian dollar, will rise. Then if there is a political stability in any country, it will be preferred for investment. If there is political instability in any country, the investment will flow out of the country. The foreign investors will pull their investments from that country. So in case of political stability in any country, the demand for foreign exchange arises. Suppose in political, we are studying political stability. If there is a political stability in a particular country, say A, so the people from the rest of the country will like to make investments in country A. To make investments, they will have to purchase the currency of that country. So the demand for the currency of the country where there is political stability will rise. It may also be possible that the interest rates in a particular country are good as compared to other countries. It may be also the reason for increase in demand of foreign exchange. Suppose at present $1 is equal to 82.83 INR, Indian rupee. It may be added that the foreign exchange rate does not remain stable. It goes on changing continuously in the market because there is always trading in the forex market 24 by 5 days a week. So due to continuous trading, the value of the exchange rate continuously goes on changing. Suppose if at present the value of $1 is equal to 82.83 Indian rupee. If there is increase in the demand of US dollars, what will happen? It may be possible that the value of $1 will increase to, if there is increase in demand. So what has happened? In the case of increase in demand, the value of domestic currency has decreased. The value of foreign currency has increased. We are from India, so the value of domestic currency is decreasing because to get $1, we will have to pay 85 Indian rupee, which earlier we used to pay 82.83. So the value of domestic currency has increased, and the value, and on the other hand, the residents of USA will get 85 rupees in return of $1. Now we will understand this impact of increase in exchange rate, impact of increase in foreign exchange demand on exchange rate. That is, if the demand increases, what effect is there on the price or the price of or exchange rate? What is the effect on exchange rate? As you know that this is the demand curve, which is downward sloping. This is the supply curve. This is upward sloping. OX is x-axis. OY is y-axis. Here it is quantity of foreign exchange demanded. Here it is on y-axis, it is exchange rate or the price of foreign currency in relation to domestic currency. So here it is the point E, equilibrium point, where demand and supply curve cut each other. So this is the quantity demanded Q at when the exchange rate is R. So when there is increase in demand, what will happen? Increase in foreign exchange demand. If there is, suppose we are from India and there is demand, rather if we say that as the transactions are taking place all over the world, if we say that there is increase in demand in US dollars all over the world, what will happen? The demand curve will shift upward. If there is increase in demand, what will happen? Equilibrium point also shifts upward. Rate increases. This is the quantity demanded. So when quantity demanded has increased from OQ to OQ1, the exchange rate has increased from OR to OR1. We can, for example, we can say that if we are from India and earlier the exchange rate was 1 US dollar is equal to 83 INR. That is, we used to pay 83 to get 1 US dollar. But as the demand of the currency has increased at the international level, what will be its effect? When the demand increases, foreign exchange rate also increases. So we assume that it has increased to 85. So what has happened? It is depreciation of domestic currency. Because to get 1 US dollars, we were earlier paying only 83 rupees. Now to get 1 US dollars, as the demand of US dollar has increased, we have to pay 85 rupees. On the other hand, the value of foreign currency has increased. There is appreciation of foreign currency. We hope this